Would you believe them? If the answer is yes, then you're probably doing the right things. And don't be delusional, be honest with yourself. Are you doing the right things? Because I can't answer that question for you, you've got to answer it. Hello guys, how are we? For those of you new here, I'm a psychology student trained to be a therapist, so on this channel we talk about positivity, mindset, well-being, mental health and all things like that. So if that sounds of interest, stick around. Today I wanted to ask a really important question. Do you truly believe in what you're doing? Now, that may sound a little bit spiritual, a little bit woo-woo, a little bit Anthony Robbins, a little bit cringe, whatever you want to think of it, but the reason I say it and the reason I ask it is because it is so fundamentally important that you believe in what you're going to do. Most people have good ideas. Rarely people have an idea for what they want to do with their life and it's a terrible idea. Most people want to do good things. They want to be professional footballers. They want to be really rich. They want to be really successful. It's very rare people have very bad intentions. Some people even have plans, 5-year plans, 10-year plans, whatever it is. And that's amazing. But I think a lot of the problem, a lot of the reason I should say, of why people fail isn't because they weren't good enough or because their plan wasn't right or whatever it was. I think a lot of people fail because they genuinely don't believe that they can get to where they're aiming to get to. And the reason that is important, believing where you're going to get, believing in what you're doing basically, is because, especially if you're aiming high, but anything, at some point it is going to get difficult. It just is. Even if it's for a day, you are going to have bad days. You're going to have difficult times which require perseverance, resilience and everything like that. And you will not be able to stick with something that you don't believe in. You just won't. Because as much as you want to, we're just not wired that way. Even if it's the tiniest little voice at the back of your head. I know we've all got that voice. Like the voice is always there about you can't do this, you're not good enough, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about genuinely on a subconscious level, you don't believe you can do what you're going to achieve. Because when it really gets to that key clinical point, when it gets really difficult, and that's the time that everyone fails, you're just going to go, I'm not going to get there anyway, so what's the point? You are not going to sacrifice things, and the bigger the goal, the bigger the sacrifice required. You are not going to sacrifice things for something that you don't truly believe you're going to obtain. Obviously it's the common advice to aim high, and that is brilliant advice, but you have to aim high to a point that you're still going to believe in it. Because like I say, if you don't believe in it, you're either going to half-arse it, or you're just going to give up. This idea came to me because I was listening to Jesse James West, who I'm guessing if you're watching this channel you know who he is, big in sort of the fitness industry and everything like that. Not that I'm big in the fitness industry, but you know, fitness people like videos like this. But anyway, he was talking about his journey and coming up and how difficult it was and everything like that. And he said where he was 5 years ago compared to now. Mike Thurston said to him, if someone had told you 5 years ago this is what your life's going to be like now, would you have believed it? And he went, yeah, 100%, absolutely. I'd been disappointed if they came to me and said it wasn't going to be like that. And I found that really interesting because you hear, how many like people do you hear like that have made it and go, I could never have dreamed of this, like I never expected this, like blah blah blah. That's bollocks. It is, it just is, because you would not be able to work that hard for something that you didn't expect. Now, don't get me wrong, they might have thought, they might have had in their mind, I could do all this work and still not make it, which is very true. But you have to believe in what you're going for. Again, using the sports analogy as I always do. When footballers go onto the pitch, when like, I don't know, like Sheffield Wednesday get played against Man City away, and they speak to the manager and go before the game and go, oh, like, you guys are going to get battered today, aren't you? And he goes, no, we truly believe we can win. And everyone goes, oh, it's a load of rubbish. It's not a load of rubbish. Because if those footballers go onto the pitch going, no matter what we're going to do today, we're going to lose, they may as well not play the game. You have to go on, knowing no matter how small the chance is, believing that you can do it. So that's the question I'd ask you. With what you're aiming towards now, if someone came to you from the future and they proved that they knew the future, they did the lottery numbers or whatever, they proved they knew the future and said to you, in 5 years, you will have achieved everything on your 5-year goal, would you go, oh amazing, yeah I can completely see that? Or would you go, nah, I don't believe you, I want to, but he's proved he can do the future, he proved he's time travelled or whatever. Are you going to sit there and go, no, I just don't believe you? Because, and that's fine if that is how you feel, but then you're working towards the wrong goal. Obviously, bringing it back to myself, for my example, if someone from the Doctor Who turns up in his TARDIS or whatever 5 years in the future, and he says, 5 years from now, you're a fully qualified therapist, you're running your own business and it's successful, you're not a gazillionaire, but it's successful, you're going well, and you've got somewhere between, I don't know, 50 to 250,000 YouTube subscribers. 5 years from now we're talking, maybe a little bit higher than that, let's be a bit more ambitious. Yeah, 100% I believe that. Am I sitting here going, yeah, that's obviously going to happen? Absolutely not. It's going to be extremely hard work, and the next 5 years of my life, frankly, is looking very, very difficult. But that's fine. Being difficult is what makes it exciting and what makes it worth something. But the point is, I completely believe that there is absolutely no reason, if I work hard enough and do the right things over the next 5 years, that I can be there. On the flip side, if Doctor Who comes out and he goes, yeah, 5 years from now you're going to have 10 million subs on YouTube, world famous, being asked on every talk show in the world, more money than you know what to do with, I'd go no. No, I just don't. But it's not impossible, but I don't believe it. Like, frankly I wouldn't want that, but I would just go no. I just don't believe that. So if that was my goal, that's a useless goal, because I don't believe that's going to happen. So think about it. What are you working towards now? If you're just starting a degree, or even if you've got a year left on your degree, the way you're working, the habits you're doing, everything you're doing day to day. If a guy from the future says, right, you're standing there on graduation day with that scroll in your hand and you got 82%, you got a first, would you believe them? Not like how much confidence do you have in your academic ability or whatever. Would you believe them with the way you're working at the moment, or would you go, I'm not doing enough work for that to happen, I'm not committing enough to that, or I just truly don't believe I can achieve that? Then you've answered your own question about if you're doing the right things or not. Again, if you're working towards a specific promotion at work and someone says, yeah, 5 years from now, yeah, you got that promotion, you've been in the job a couple of years and you're absolutely smashing it, everyone thinks it was the right decision, and you're doing really well. Or are you sat there going, nah, I know the way I'm working at the moment that I'm not getting picked for shit when it comes to promotion, I'm not getting picked for anything, I leave at 5:30, like when I'm there I'm sat there scrolling, like I'm not really doing much work, blah 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 blah. You know what you need to do. Fitness as well. If someone said to you 18 months from now you are going to be 9% body fat, muscular, six pack, everything like that, eating really well, living healthy, blah blah blah, would you believe them? If the answer is yes, then you're probably doing the right things. And don't be delusional, be honest with yourself. Are you doing the right things? Because I can't answer that question for you, you've got to answer it. Having 5 and 10 year plans are absolutely brilliant. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from planning, the complete opposite. I am trying to encourage you to create plans, but create plans that you're actually going to work towards. Because when you've got that light at the end of the tunnel, if you truly believe what you are working towards is achievable for you, you are that time when it's cold, dark and wet at 6 AM and the alarm goes off and you don't want to go, or it's 5:30 and you have to go in extra early to do a meeting or something like that, but it's a meeting with someone really important to close a big deal. You are going to get up, and we talked about this the other day about objectives, actions without objectives. If you truly believe that you are going to achieve what you're setting out to achieve, those things almost become non-brainers. God, get that sentence out properly. You have to really believe in what you want to do. And I just want to leave you with something, just because stuff I've experienced and whatever. Unless there is a physical impossibility, you can achieve anything that you really put your mind to. I am never going to be a pilot or professional athlete because I've had 4 open heart surgeries. there would be no point in me saying that no matter how hard I work I can achieve those things, because I can't. Bar that, there is nothing currently. I would really struggle to get a law degree because I'm terrible at reading and terrible at writing. But if I spent the next 5 years really working on how to read and write, I could probably get a law degree. There is nothing you can't do if you really go all out. And most importantly, don't want to end, this isn't a depressing note because this is what makes it fun. You've got to be prepared to do all that work and fall a metre short of the finish line. If you are willing to do that, then you've found what you need to do in life. Thank you for making it all the way to the end. I do appreciate you guys who stick around. If you did find any of it useful, please do consider liking and subscribing. As always, I drop 2 of these every week, so subscribe. I never get the order of that right. Comment any other thoughts you have below. My socials are in the bio. Really pushing my Instagram at the moment, so if you want to ask any questions or leave any comments or send me some suggestions, whatever, feel free to drop me a message. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care guys.